Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I will be doing an unboxing of the Dungeons & Dragons character sheets for the world's greatest role-playing game. This is a pack, I believe a folder, of character sheets that says things like includes an introductory character sheet designed specifically for new players, 3 additional styles of double-sided character sheets, spell sheets, so it's saying it's having something special. And my big question is that, well, is it worthwhile? I mean, you can just print off normal character sheets from online, but I figured I'd unbox that and help you decide if it's worth buying it. I mean, my thought is, well, maybe you'd buy one and scan the new types. I don't know. But let's at least take a look at what they have. And also, after that, I did also pick up the one of the Dungeons & Dragons Ultra Pro character folios, so I'll look at that as well after opening this up. So, we'll just look at this character sheet. It is lovely art here. That's one thing part of me said was, I mean, this looks cool. And of course the back as well, where it talks about it, advertises Adventures League. And alright, so this is actually a sleeve that has that. And so it comes off, and things like the little Dungeons & Dragons and words character sheet, that goes away, and it's just the art. So that is cool. And then the back kind of has that dragon logo. It does have Dungeons & Dragons there. So that already is pretty cool. Ampersand art on this folder. Okay. Alright, now that's something that I'm happy with. Almost the idea of, let's give a player version of Dungeon Master screen, just a few things you might need. Actions in combat, interacting with objects around you, things you can do on your turn, and a spot for player name, character name, and your DCI numbers for Adventures League specifically. Okay. So let's see what we have here. We have what appears to be a normal character sheet. And these are, I mean, they're nice paper. They're not bad paper. But pretty much like a nice printer paper, basically. Okay, so we had a grouping of those that I believe we can all agree seem to be normal. And this one's different. What is this? Okay, on this sheet, instead, you see these are much bigger. We get boxes over here, passive perception, speed, initiative. Hit point stuff is smaller. Things you should do, things you shouldn't do. Maybe that race, class, and background information there instead of just features and traits. And we've moved down to a very saving throws. It still has a box like it did, but then just a very small grouping of what your skills are. Okay. And the back is blank on that one. So maybe this is the... oh, and so it's all on one side. So maybe this is the idea for their... We've simplified the character sheet for new players. Perhaps that's what this would be. And there's a handful of those. So that's what the remaining ones in the stack are. And those are all blank on the back. So maybe that would be the simplified character sheet. What do we have on this side? Again, starting with basically some normal character sheets. Gotta lift this up, try and reduce the glare. But anyways, right now they're just normal. Okay, here's a new one. On this one, we have your little personality stuff here. Let's flip another one of these. Let's get done so I can compare it directly. Pretty similar there. This seems to go down a little further because the equipment box has changed. Features box is obviously shorter because you have your personality stuff from what might go, I guess, go on the back. This is different than the normal one. Alright, so the normal one has that. So basically it's all the same pieces and they're moving it around. So this one, some of these just had a really long features and traits box. Then, some have this. This one has that original thing, but also over here, proficiency bonus, inspiration, and then your strength has saving to athletics, dexterity. So each one is tied to the common skills within it. And the back is pretty much normal there. So let's see here. Got a handful of those. And of course we get our spell sheet. Is that the rest of these? Yes, the spell sheets, which are all blank on the back. And so that's our variety. Now you do get a number of character sheets, which I mean ultimately this was what, $10? $10. I like the folder. I like the little thing right at the bottom, just as far as here's what you can do. That alone for just a newer player might be a nice thing. Almost that idea of DM screen there for design for a player. Any of the character sheets, they all feel like things that I'm like, I feel like I've seen this version. They might all already be something that's just on the website. You can print out the different styles there. But there are a few different styles. And this would be easy to have some ready to go. Be the kind of thing you can have ready for, ready for to start a game just to have it. I very, very well may select one of each one, sort of section it off where, okay, don't use these are the originals in case I need to scan and reproduce them, and then otherwise just have it where now I have a handful of sheets for starting a game. It is nice to have it printed because it is printed right up to the borders on the sheets. You can of course do that yourself. It's just, most standard printers, they're going to want to try and shrink it down to give you more of a margin. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, no, definitely nothing you need to get. Obviously, this is completely a luxury product. It might be worth doing for the folder. It's the kind of thing, if they could release one of these like every year or every couple of years maybe, and have a different folder, and it might be worth doing, just enough, oh yeah, that way I never, because you're not going to need that many more character sheets, depending, I guess, on the type of game you're running. But it is nice to have the really cool folder. It would be the kind of thing that, I don't think this is going to have the little information on the bottom. But that was nice to have, and might be something that, if I had one for each of the players, that might be nice to be able to let them, because right now I have each one have a folder of their own. But it would be nice to have that, I guess. But yeah, definitely just, it's an option. You don't have to print out your own character sheets, and they have a few different styles. Do you need it? No, you can print them out. Is it convenient? Yeah. Might just even be nice to have to sit around in case that all of a sudden I'm starting a new game. You don't have to then rush and print things out. You already have it printed out. If you're planning on it, maybe you just print them out as normal, but that way you can do that on the spur of a moment. Anyways, so that is what it is. I think the new player single-sided character sheet is actually new, but the rest of them I think I've seen online somewhere, so there's that. But let's check out this Ultra Pro character folio, which is supposed to be the whole 36 spell cards. I do use that. Embossed middle black web material frames spell cards. Ooh. Side-loading pocket design for added card protection. Plus 10 one-pocket pages to hold character sheets and notes. Okay. This again, I'm assuming is something that's certainly not going to be a necessity, but might be cool to have. And I chose this one here just because it was the one of the ones my friendly local gaming store had in stock at the time that I liked the art of best, and it's heroes fighting Drow, basically. Oh, something to protect it, I guess. And it is a oh, so we got some art going onto here, although obviously the back page of this is just, nothing. We have a bunch of single page holders here. So there's a bunch of spots for character sheets and other similar things. I will note that with this kind of material to put your sheet into, you can use like wet erase marker on it. So maybe you have your character sheet, you take it out for permanent stuff and things like health, hit points, and that kind of thing. You use wet erase marker. That is nice on those. I've used that for things before. And then yeah, that's what they were saying. There's sort of this netting material here. They load sideways so the cards aren't going to fall out. And each side has its own pocket, so you're not double putting them there. Each hat are designed to have their own pockets. So spells in the middle, and then another grouping of new sheets, another little piece of art, and the back. Very basic, very simple. I guess I should confirm. So I have the character sheet right away. It actually holds it with a little bit of space, like a little bit of wiggle room. It's a little bigger than a piece of paper, so, which means depending on what you print on, which, it's gonna work. There's extra room at the top and side, when you put that in there. So, yeah, more than enough room for a character sheet in those pockets, and obviously the, spell cards will hold. Oh, that's interesting. I'll go back to here. Yeah, so that's the room they had on there. This one here on the outside opened from here, but these two open this way. Yeah. Opening, opening, opening. So the last one, you're going to go outward, but otherwise you're going inward. So that's interesting to note that I didn't notice right away. But yeah, it's, again, the kind of thing I might offer. See if one of my players wants this, and if they're all like, oh, I wish I had that, I may get a couple others for my other players. But it's really going to be up to them. Otherwise, again, a luxury item, but not something that's crucial. And either of them could very well just be things you want not as a game master, but as a player. Like, yeah, I'd like to have that. And they're both cheap. They're both right around $10. And that's at the friendly local gaming store. I'm sure you can find them online cheaper. But yeah. So yeah, you can check those out. I'll try and find links for them down below, or like I did, friendly local gaming store is always a good thing to support. And if there's things that you think would make your game more convenient, more fun, or just simpler, check them out. Pick them up. There's nothing wrong with the product, but if you're on a tight budget, save your money. There are definitely things you can make do with other products. So, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Bye.